Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and welcome to the pie, folks. This is one of my favorite map configurations. I love playing on it, and I especially love casting on it. We have the 4 slices, whatever pie you picture in your head right now: blueberry, cherry, apple, chocolate, peach, pecan, rhubarb? Does anybody actually eat rhubarb pie? Because I feel like it's something that everybody talks about, but I've never seen anyone actually eat it. But here I am. I should be analyzing the Age 1 action, and I am talking about pie instead. 50 XP being picked up by Brigadier, who is in the northwest corner of the map, playing in the color blue as who else? Italy. According to Lionheart, he is the, what did he call him? The Italy bot, because this guy goes Age 4 Italy almost every game. And look at this deck. Oh no, it's called Cancer. Oh man, that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek there, but it is certainly suited to Age 3 and definitely Age 4. A lot of upgrades here. He has fencing school, riding school, sustainable agriculture, cigar roller, refrigeration, royal mint, textile mill, Freemasons. Oh my lord. And it is Italy, so be prepared for me to not know what I am talking about at all. And his opponent in the southeast quadrant of the pie, playing in the color red as the Swedes, we have Phoenix Sucks, who is, I think, 2K Elo. Both these guys 2K Elo. And I've been monitoring the ladder for like the past 3 days, and I swear these guys have been playing each other each and every day. So I'm catching only one of multiple head-to-head matches that these guys have been having, and from what I've been seeing from their elo, they've been trading back and forth pretty evenly. But Phoenix gonna go with the 3 villagers, a very standard Sweden deck. Does have a little bit of Age 4, just the factories and the 2 heavy cannons. So if this does become a prolonged Age 4 battle, certainly going to sway into Italy's favor, which I'm sure Brigadier is going to try and do. But the reason I love this pie map so much is because you usually see each player take one of the unoccupied quadrants, and then whoever can pressure that other player's extra quadrant is usually who wins. But we are watching Italy, and Italy, or as I like to call them, SimCity, because I feel like whenever you are watching an Italy player, you're not really watching Age of Empires as much as you are watching a game of SimCity, because they just stack so many buildings within the screen and they just don't leave room for any other sort of activities. It's just buildings upon buildings upon buildings, Lombards, markets, houses, town centers, the Basilica, which takes up like 2/3 of the map, it feels like. But both players now are transitioning into Age 2. Looks like Phoenix Sucks is going up with the governor. We'll see where he puts that outpost. Meanwhile, Brigadier actually is not advancing yet, so a bit of a slower age up. He did go for an 18-vil age up with capitalism, so he's definitely going to have a better economy than Phoenix, who's only on 15 vils, but he's going to be significantly behind in the age up. Has still not clicked up at the 3-minute 40 mark. There he is, finally clicking up with the governor as well. And we'll have to see what the Age 2 play here for Brigadier is. I would imagine something probably not military focused. Probably just going to ship the Basilica wagon, and then I wouldn't be surprised if he ships advanced politicians after that and gets up to Age 3 as quick as possible. Potential treasure steal, and he is going to get the 90 wood. Oh no, Phoenix Sucks got it. I really thought that Brigadier got down just a tick faster, but Phoenix Sucks was the one working on it, so, you know, it does feel good when the stealer gets denied. 2 forward villagers coming here. And I wonder, are they going to be putting down a barracks, or we're going to be seeing some aggression out of Phoenix? He does have leather cannons. He does have Dominions, Engelsberg Ironworks, and he also has the Artillery Foundry card, which gives you an extra leather cannon. So possibly 3 leather cannons here. And if he pairs that up with, you know, maybe 10, 15 Carolians, that could be dangerous. But of course, Italy gonna have a lot of infrastructure down, and so those leather cannons are going to do significant work, but leather cannons actually not very good siege potential. And so Phoenix Sucks going with Dominions and then following with 8 pikes. Interesting there. Brigadier, what is he sending? Yep, okay, Uffizi The Basilica Wagon is coming. He's already macroing for H3. He's got a ton of villagers on food and a couple on coin. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be seeing an immediate advance into H3 for Brigadier, and probably going to try to couple that into an advance into H4 as well. Putting 4 torps on his starting mine is Phoenix Sucks, and you talk to some Italy mains and they will really get in a tizzy about putting that many torps on your starting mine. I actually like what Shake does. Shake actually brings the outpost to his forward mine and then also ships dominions there, which I think really works, and it also keeps your first mine clear. But look at this outpost placement. I didn't even think you could put it on the water crossing. I guess he's just kind of playing with the edges of the map. They're gonna pick up a Ville, possibly, and those 5 Caroleans already paying off, arguably, getting that early villager who was really out in the boondocks. More Caroleans, 8 pikes, and 3 hussars as well. So we are seeing a very, very aggressive start by Phoenix Sucks. Gonna go for the market, not the best building to siege, simply because the market has a lot of HP and it doesn't have a lot of economic value if Brigadier has already gotten his upgrades, which I don't know if he has or not. I will tell you he is already advancing to H3 with the Bishop. Picking up 45 XP there is Phoenix Sucks, but I think his Explorer is going to be very, very soon in following him. And these pikes getting a lot of damage done. Oh no, wait, hold on. That was Phoenix Sucks's Explorer that got knocked down. Brigadier's Explorer is now on low health, but these Caroleans and these pikes and now these Hussar gonna be causing a lot of headaches. And let's take a look at Phoenix's resources. He's currently on 19 Vills and Brigadier only on 20. He only got 2 Vills in the transition to H3, and now the town center going down. It looks like Phoenix Sucks is not going to be able to stop that, but he could put a lot of early damage on, and he's gonna follow it up with the 2 leather cannons. So Sweden not taking off the pressure for a single moment. Minutemen now coming out. They're gonna deal with these pikes relatively well, and are they gonna deny the town center? They might just do it. Yes, the town center goes down for Italy, and that was a huge loss for Brigadier, not getting that second town center, basically negating the age up politician bonus, and a really nice push here by Phoenix Sucks. He's gotten some villagers, he's gotten a lot of idle time, and also picking up the town center wagon, and he's not going to take his foot off the pedal. 2 leather cannons now here, but as we said, these guys' siege attack is actually not very good for an artillery unit. These Minutemen still trying to be useful. And Phoenix now on 21 Vills, just 20 Vills for Brigadier, but what is he sending now? Genoese. Oh, Genoese. What a Genoese. Genoese finance is coming in. And what does that do? That deposits a medium amount of coin into your Lombards. Okay. So he's going to be upping his food and wood economy. Another Lombard trying to go down here, but I think he might have just killed an architect and another villager. And Phoenix is just being absolutely suffocating with this pressure, though he is now finally starting to run out of units here. This leather cannon gonna go down for sure. No, it's not. Is it gonna get away? Oh, surely not. Is the outpost gonna get it? Yeah, okay, the outpost is gonna pick up that leather cannon, 1 getting away. This Lombard is going to go down to this Carolean pressure, and there is so much villager idle time here from Brigadier, and he's making no units. He's just making architects. Phoenix now sending Julita Stickbrook and making Caroleans, though we do finally see a barracks from Brigadier using some sneaky vills to get that up, and now we are going to see musketeers. And this is going to be a good response against Caroleans. Of course, Caroleans are a bit faster, but because they don't have those arsenal upgrades quite yet, they are actually not the greatest musket unit yet, though endgame, long-term, these guys can be incredibly dangerous. Architects coming out now, and Freemasons now being sent, so because Brigadier has no military shipments, he's just gonna have to rely on whatever he can produce, so he needs to make sure that this barrack stays up. The Basilica is down, Lombard's going down, and look at this, the Sim City. The Sim City playthrough is already in full effect. Saving his villagers there, but that 1 leather cannon is going to be difficult to deal with this small amount of musks. Let's see if he gets 5 more out of here. Is he going to? He definitely has the resources, but he just doesn't have the population at the moment. And that Musk almost immediately going to die. Yep, gets absolutely obliterated by the leather cannon. That poor Musk. He just began his service, and already it is at an end. Barracks still at about half health here. And these musketeers are going to come in and try to assist. They definitely want to keep this thing up. More musketeers coming out. And so it seems like the pressure will be held. But just as I say that, more Caroleans come in. And are they going to pick off another villager? No, not quite. The Lombard is going to go up. But still, we are at 10 minutes in the game and only 20 vills for Brigadier, while as Phoenix has 27 and 110 tort population. So yes, Brigadier is in H3. He is getting a lot of his upgrades down. A lot of Lombards are going down, but he has definitely had to pay for it. But now Musketeers continuing to come out. Refrigeration now coming out. And again, if this gets into the long game, these shipments for Italy are definitely going to pay off. And the one thing about Italy is they don't really require map control to win the game. So we see that Sweden has claimed this quadrant for sure, and he's already starting to get his villagers into this third quadrant of the pie. But it doesn't really seem like that's going to bother Brigadier all that much. Veteran Musketeer now coming in, and maybe he can finally get some villagers out. A second town center now going down. And yeah, we'll see what Phoenix can do here. I think a lot of the steam has been kind of taken out of this push here. He's sent 3 Hussar, 8 pikes, 2 leather cannons. He sent Ulita Stickbrook, so that extra leather cannon is down. So now he just has Caroleans and whatever his economy can produce. And he's even making some Grenadiers, which will do really well against the Musketeers, though these guys do now have veterancy, so they will outclass the Caroleans. And I misspoke there. The leather cannon is still up from that card, though as we spoke before, it is pretty bad at actually taking down buildings when you compare it to things like falconets and other artillery. So these Grenadiers will pack a nice bit of extra siege punch, but now a second barracks down. Is Brigadier going to have the economy, though, to produce double muskets and double TCville production? He does have a very safe hunt here, and look at this cheeky town center placement. It's going to make it almost like a wall, and this is going to be a very tough wall to knock down. Architects now running away, villagers going inside the town center. And yes, the units can walk through, but this is a very dangerous corridor. If he calls Minutemen out of there, he could definitely trap those Caroleans and get some excellent trades in. More muskets coming out, though not a full batch of 10. And I wonder if he's just going to try to trap these Grenadiers. Here we go. The engagement is on. The Grenadiers going to do good damage against these muskets. But look at that. The Architects coming out, and they are going to bare fist down the leather cannon. They have fists of iron, these Architects. And even doing a little bit of a Vil pull, and the Swedish army, the Grenadiers, going to get cleaned up. These are only H2 Grens against H3 muskets. And an excellent hold there from Brigadier. We have to remember, this guy almost exclusively plays late game Italy. So he knows how to hold a push. He's done it once or twice before, and he's played Phoenix before. So he probably even has a decent feel for the guy's play style. And Phoenix still in H2. Looks like he is beginning to macro for H3. We'll be able to click in very, very soon. Brigadier now very hemmed in. Look at this Sim City. Look at this Sim City. Oh, isn't that a beautiful town? He needs a couple of bus stations and a couple of police offices, but otherwise, this is a great city. And it looks like Phoenix Sucks is going down with the Exile Prince, so wants to get that fast age up. And we'll see if Brigadier tries to move out here. It wouldn't hurt him to take at least a little bit of map control, or at least pressure these villagers. Phoenix is getting free hunts basically wherever he wants. He's got 35 bills to the 31 of Brigadier, though Brigadier now has 3 TCs. So he's going to be able to close that gap very, very quickly, even getting an artillery foundry down. And we'll probably be seeing a couple of Colves come out of there to deal with any Falconet play, or just more leather cannons, which Colves will just absolutely dumpster leather cannons. I think they actually one-shot leather cannons, if I'm not mistaken. Now Royal Mint coming in, and I wouldn't actually be surprised here to see Brigadier not even try to push out and claim more hunt. He sent so many upgrades that he might just start milling already. But we'll have to see. Going to push these villagers off and claim this very random Swedish church. I mean, this is a beautiful church, though. I mean, look at this view. Would you not want to go to this church? Well, I guess you can't now because it's destroyed. But leather cannon's going to try to come in and make a difference. And the nice thing about leather cannons is they actually can kite a little bit. Look at these guys. They are booking it. They know how to shimmy. And let's see what Phoenix Sucks does with his new tech. He's going to immediately slam down veteran Caroleans. More Hussars coming in here. Going to try to get some raiding done, but good micro by Brigadier. Going to protect his villagers. Though there are going to be some exposed ones back here, but from 3 TCs, even these Hussars cannot withstand it for long. One Vil probably going to go down. No, barely gets into the TC in time. 2 Falconets now out. Ooh, save that Vil. Yeah, okay. So 2 of the 4 Hussars are dead, though they have caused some idle time. These veteran Hussars, oh, gonna take some nasty damage. Veteran Musketeers, excuse me, from the 2 Falconets and the 2 Leather Cannons, and there are enough veteran Caroleans now to protect them. And he's now double producing Caroleans. Meanwhile, Brigadier needs to get that Colv out. 5 goons now out on the map as well. So both armies looking fairly good here. I don't see any distinct advantage. And if Brigadier can get out a second Colv, he actually might be able to clean up this artillery very well. Phoenix getting very aggressive with these Falconets. And that might actually be just what he needs, because he's now in range. He's in range to immediately kill those Colvs if they pop out, because they will have to unlimber. 2 Leather Cannons and 2 Falconets. They're not going to stop the Colvs from getting out, and they're going to let the Colvs unpack. Oh no, they could have killed one of those Colvs for sure. And the second Falconet is going to go down without much contest. Caroleans now getting very spread out, and the Caroleans going to do a charge, but even if they take out one of the Colvs, I still think that was a decent trade for Brigadier. Though, I don't know. I mean, he did have to make both of those Colvs, but he has cleaned up all of the Caroleans. Still has a few veteran Musks, and those goons will be able to track down those leather cannons. And so another cleanup by Brigadier, but how many more of these pushes can he clean up? Because look at how much map control Phoenix has. He has 190 torp population, and he's floating a ton of coin right now. And I wonder if he's going to be throwing that in to the Hessian Jaegers. That's absolutely what he needs. I think Hessian Jaegers would be an excellent go-to right now. And there they are. The 10 Hessian Jaegers are going to be coming in. And now he's going to be able to train them. And we'll see if he just goes artillery, Carolean, and Jaeger. That is a really deadly combination. And if you're not going to go Heckapellet, you almost have to go Jaeger. Otherwise, your Muskfalk just kind of gets countered by what Italy's doing in Age 3. No Age 3 skirmishers for Italy yet, which I find kind of interesting, as they would do well against, well, actually, no. Can they, are the Bersigliaries, are they an Age 3 unit? No, I think they're only an Age 4 unit, actually. Look at me. Look at my lack of Italy knowledge, everybody. 2 more Culverins coming out. And let's take a look at the SimCity base. Oh my God. Look at how many buildings are on this one screen, ladies and gentlemen. Does this not look like a game of SimCity? I know I keep harping on it, but it doesn't even feel like I'm watching AOE3 when I look at his base. Okay, this is Age of Empires 3, right? Look at all these spread out buildings. Even look at his main base, you know, still pretty open. And then you look at Brigadiers and it's just, oh my God, it's a metropolis over here. But a new Sweden push is incoming. The veteran Carolean stack has already been built up. And with the 10 Hessian Jaegers, this is going to be a very difficult push to hold down. There's not a lot of artillery here, just 2 leather cannons. And looks like infantry hit points is coming in for Brigadier. But he's got a lot of exposed villagers out on this mill. And there's a lot of expensive infrastructure here that he can't really afford to lose. He does have a couple of Culverins, and he still has a nice stack of veteran Musketeers. Where are they? Oh my gosh, he actually is moving to the south of the map. Losing quite a few Vils here. His SimCity base is in peril. 59 Vils for Brigadier, only 45 for Phoenix. That is the power of 3 TCs. But he really doesn't have a counter to these Hessian Jaegers. And if he just tries to overwhelm with veteran Musk, his trading is going to be absolutely horrid. Coming in with some Dragoons here, but he is going to get in range. And these Caroleans doing a fairly decent job of body blocking for the Hessian Jaegers, but even then, these guys have 40 range resistance and 250 hit points, and for a skirmisher, that is just absolutely outrageous. More Caroleans coming in, Veteran Musk coming in, and even some Falconets. That's exactly what he needs against this infantry ball from Phoenix, but man, is he under a lot of pressure, and these Culverins doing almost nothing in the back. And look at how quickly the Veteran Musketeers are falling now. Even losing some Vills as well. And it looks like the leather cannons are going to get taken out, but that really isn't his main concern. His main concern are these Jaegers, which will just not die. And how many are left for Phoenix? I mean, all of this fighting, and he's still got 7 of the Hessian Jaegers left. And he might just be able to brute force down these Culverins, not that they were doing a lot anyways. The Caroleans are falling, but Phoenix Sucks has an economy now where he can really just keep pumping out the Caroleans. They're much more expendable than they were at the beginning of the game. Now getting military drummers, so his arsenal is down. I don't know where, but those techs are coming in, and they're coming in fast. So these Caroleans are going to be very strong. Sending 1,000 coin as well. And this is usually where you would see Brig try to get into age 4, but he is nowhere even close to getting to the industrial age right now. And he just has no military shipments to send. He can keep sending economic upgrades for the late game, but that is not what he needs right now. He needs units. He needs Papal Lancers. He needs something, which I don't even know if you can send those in age 3 either. But there's a moment of levity here, as it looks like Brig now has 2 Falconets and 2 more Culverins. I mean, that will do well against the infantry ball, but Phoenix has 2 Culverins of his own, so it looks like we're going into the artillery war phase of the game at the 21-minute mark. And only 2 Hussars. These guys are not veterancy upgraded, so not a huge threat from the Cav, but another huge group of Caroleans. And look at this. It's almost like a historical battle. I mean, they just keep coming in waves. 30 of the veteran Caroleans and still 7 of the Jaegers. A lot of these guys are on low HP though. I'm actually surprised to see Phoenix not train more Caroleans at this point. Or, Jaegers. And the Culverins unpacking, 1 going down. But oh no, these Falconets are very exposed. Where are the veteran Musketeers? Oh my god, where are the infantry? They are caught sleeping, and the Falconets go down without accomplishing a thing. That is 1,000 resources down the drain, and another 1,000 with the 2 Culverins, but at least they took out the 2 Culverins of Phoenix, and that was a huge lapse in micro by Brigadier. And imagine if those 2 Falconets were still alive. This infantry ball would be absolutely wiped. He does have another Falconet in the back though, but man, that might have been game costing right there. That was such a huge loss. And now Phoenix is just ignoring Brig's army, continuing to raid these mills. And it just doesn't look like Brig has enough protection for them. Caroleans going down here, but again, these guys are expendable at this point, and there is still no answer. And there are still 7 Jaegers on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Estates now coming out for Brigadier, but these are very exposed. Caroleans are all over the map. They are swarming the Italian Sim City. This is like the monster attack, except instead of a giant monster, it's a man in a Santa hat and an eloquent mustache. More villagers dying. It is now 63 to 48, and we'll have to take a look at the villager graph at the end of this game, but it has been absolutely brutal for the Italian economy. And because it's so centralized, because it's so bunched up, it's so easy to kill so many villagers, because wherever you go, you find a big group of villagers gathering. And so it's not like the Swedish economy, which is spread out, and you got to go lots of different places to find these big hordes of vills. They're just all in one spot. So these infantry balls actually able to accomplish a lot for Phoenix here. And he has total map control at this point. He has 3 TCs of his own. And yeah, I feel like Phoenix is in a dominant position at this point. And I don't know, just imagine how things would have been if Brig still had those 2 falconets. He had taken care of the infantry ball. He could start pushing this forward position here, and there really wouldn't be a lot that Phoenix could do because he's not really set up to make a counter, right? He's not set up to make cav. He would just have to make culverins and pray. But speaking of culverins, he does have 2 against the 1 falconet of Phoenix. And now with all of the upgrades on these Caroleans and still 6 Hessian Jaegers on the field. And even these 6 Hessian Jaegers will just obliterate veteran musketeers, even with the upgrade cards they've been given. And now, I mean, just salt into the wound. Phoenix now sending 9 Caroleans. Brig, what is he even making at this point? He's making Paviciers, which, I mean, they are going to counter the Caroleans, but they are not going to be that effective because these Caroleans they're so fast and they do so much damage that, I mean, they'll still be able to catch up with the crossbows no matter what. And 2 culverins just gonna blast away at a safe distance. I like that choice. The veteran muskets just being sent to oblivion. Brig at 49 vills. Phoenix at 70 vills. It's an 8k score gap for Phoenix. And unless Phoenix, like, deletes half of his villagers, I think we are seeing the beginning of the end for poor, Brigadier and his beautiful SimCity. Look at that. He's even got 10 Caroleans just in the back causing trouble. And that is game. Brigadier calling it. And looks like Phoenix Sucks is going to take this one. But like I said, these guys have been playing games back and forth for like the past week, it seems. And they've been trading a lot of games back and forth. In fact, I just saw one where I think Brigadier was playing China and Phoenix Sucks was playing Mexico. And Brig was able to take that one. So really, really interesting game. I really just wanted to watch an Italy game. And Brig is the Italy bot, as Lionheart would say, and also featuring Sweden is always fun. It's a nice break from Britain, France, and Ottoman, and all of those other civs that dominate the ladder. But let's take a look at this game in more detail. Guys, follow me to the post game. All right, folks, here we are in the post game, and I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter because I can tend to ramble, but look at the resource advantage for Phoenix Sucks. This is devastating. 17,000 resource advantage. And all of the eco upgrades in the world, they don't make up for good old-fashioned map control. And we saw that on full display. 230 units versus 146. And yeah, I mean, there's just not a lot I can say there. The really only other thing I want to see is the villager count. And oh my God, look at the Swedish one. This is the ideal villager graph, just a steady ladder. Couple of lapses due to aging, but besides that, no dips. Not a single dip for Sweden. And meanwhile, the Italy graph, exactly what you don't want to see. He went from 20 down to 18, back up to 20, 26. Okay, he's getting all the way up with his 3 TCs. Goes from 61 down to 49, back up to 58, back down to 46, back up to 54, and back down to 45. Just so much lost economic potential there. But well played by Phoenix Sucks. I think he knows his man, and he knew what would work against Brig. But even then, Brig almost held. I wonder what would have happened if those 2 Falcons had been protected. It could have been a completely different story. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I will be back with another couple of games next week. But until then, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.